there, and then my situation, as Bison said,
what's
my
going on, Beth?
situational awareness was ass, and she walked up behind me.
I imagine Pond is on the way
got
as
shot.
well.
Yeah, she is. She's here. So,
Okay,
long story short, the guy with the black helmet shot me, Bison, and Michael.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody
Why
else,
though?
I shot
is what's
Mickey.
weird.
I shot
I
Mickey.
don't know.
I don't know, but it seems like
what that means, man.
there was Chain Gang down the mountain, and then these guys were maybe running away from something.
I was calling out on
Gotta
radio.
call you
but I asked
fucking
how many
magic
people-
powers, Mickey's.
I asked how many people were involved, at which point I was told 6. I said, okay, well, how many are you guys chasing? And they said 4. And I said, okay, I have 2 running up the mountain with the plane leaving the mountain. And I was like, I'm going to go after these 2. I went up, I drove up behind them. I was going to drive past them to help you guys focus on the people down the mountain. But then the guy in front, being the guy in the motorcycle helmet, shot down, pulled out an AK and started shooting at us as we drove by. And then ended up shooting me and Rogers down, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's why.
Why would they have opened fire?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And
Yeah,
why
talk to
is
them.
Lang Buddha saying, I robbed somebody, send me to jail?
I don't know. I have no idea. That's the problem.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I say just charge them for what you have so far today, and then just
Okay.
go from there. I would give them some
All
time off. They've been down there for a long time. It's been like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, I agree.
I want to point out that Ray, the guy that shot us down, stole my IFAX, my armor, and my PD Glock. So
Yeah.
I saw
And
the
he shot me
IFAC
with
on
that
this
shit too
person,
as well. He shot me with the Glock, so hit him with that.
Affirm. So what did he? Only took the Glock and armor from you?
and IFAX. He's using IFAX.
All
Yeah,
right.
he was trying to use the IFAXs.
Why,
You
I
guys
still want to
closed in on them.
understand. Does anyone know why Ray shot?
No, we literally drove past because we were going to help out, and he pulled out an AK and shot us. Like, I didn't hear him say anything to us as we drove past. He just whipped out the
Pick
AK and
myself,
shot
let me
us.
go, Chase Clouder.
And I
Who
was
was
very
the first
confused.
Who was the first person that got shot at?
Myself
Bison.
and Bison
Yeah, but
And
I was the
the-
first one shot down.
exploded.
And
Bison
so
was the
y'all
first
just
one down.
rolled up and he started blasting at you?
Well, we
Yep.
tried to roll past to help out with the chain gang situation with the dubsta, trying to drive past them, and he whips out an AK and just shoots us.
Yeah, 2 groups from the same spot, basically, Brian.
Yeah, but what? That's the bit that I couldn't even get confirmation on radio. Were the Chang gang guys ever all the way up the mountain? Because that's
No.
a big mountain.
No, they rolled out. They rolled down the mountain with a dubstep, and that's how they became.
So we believe that they were up there before.
Yes.
I mean, it looked like it because they were trying to land a plane up
Yeah,
there.
there was a
Well,
plane up there.
let's base it on facts here.
Okay.
Was Chang gang? Do we know whether they were up that mountain or at most
They
did
were
we ever see
trying to
them
climb the
halfway down?
mountain, and then they fell
Chan-
down.
right. So Changang, we are seeing they were in the dubster. They flipped it. They then started climbing up towards like the south of the crash site. There was 4 in the vehicle, and the initial chase when we first started chasing that dubster was 6 in the vehicle. 2 got
So
out.
at no
That's-
point do we have any hard evidence that they were ever even made contact. These could be 2 completely separate situations.
That's what
Well,
I
that's-
believe.
and,
pretty much.
and the
as
reason I'm
is-
asking this question is I think we should all be asking why the fuck would they end up shooting us for simply
Well,
being there?
That's something Ray's
When it
got to clear
comes-
up, right? So I don't
when
know.
it comes to Changang, Aziz and Den made contact with them. I'm pretty sure because I remember someone said over radio, "If you get taken by Changang, I'm striking you." That's
Yes,
what
that
I
was
remember
Aziz.
hearing.
No,
Yeah.
that was me. That was me
Brian
because I was telling
That
us
was
did not get
yeah,
grabbed.
that's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
And
have
that
a little
was when-
debrief about it. I'm gonna go talk to Bundy real
Yeah.
quick.
I want you to put me in
Finish up
handcuffs.
what
you gonna
charges
go-
you have on
okay.
them and go from there.
Okay.
Like I said, give them some time off. They've been down there for
Come
like
down,
40
come
minutes
down.
probably.
There's like 6 of us here.
All right.
Okay.
Brian, do you need
See
me?
you in a
Because I gotta talk to Bundy.
No, I think we're good.
I'll have my
I
same
just-
as far as the report. You ever
So
get
who
that?
could you raise your hand if you were shot? At?
Prisoner walking.
And that was by
Alright.
Ray. Ray took out like maybe 5 cops by himself. You
Yeah.
and him.
Okay.
I
So
shot him
all
in
the
face, so-
95s minus the woman. We're gonna be hitting Ray with what? What is this? What the fuck? So
5 counts.
he's
There was-
getting.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
5?
Take your time, guys.
Yeah.
So there
Michael,
Who is this guy?
That's
Night.
You got my charges? Come on, process me already. Come
Wait,
on,
who
let's
is
go,
this guy?
man.
Night, come here.
Come on, let's go back out.
Night, come here. Night.
uh,
Oh my god.
Brian,
What's up?
that's Andrews. You
It's
see.
it's. What? Yeah, I don't know. But there was another officer
Oh, okay. Thank God, because I was about to shit on this motherfucker for talking like that.
Den was as well.
Nah, Den dissipated to the
Den-
void.
So there was
No, because Den helped me take the guy down. I got the final shot on him, but Den was there as well, clearing it
Yeah.
with me.
well,
Yeah.
so Marcel isn't here.
Let's
Yeah.
point
He
out
was
the
shot
fact
too.
that the people with the fucking evidence decided to join another chase.
Yeah. So
Wait, what the fuck?
So okay, hold on.
Special check and see if they still.
Well, I've got a picture that shows downed individuals. Hold on.
Didn't Pond also get shot?
Where is she?
Okay, so
I think she's at the hospital.
Where is she?
Send it.
I know. So out of the people that were shot down, myself,
Bass, I
Tinker,
think you're good. I think you're
Bass,
good. I think they need you out
Bison,
there.
and then Marcel
Sounds good.
King because he was
Thanks,
he was
Bass.
on the bike trial and he was the other individual in the bike unit, and then there was another officer that was down that took the airlift or had a head pop because there
Okay.
was somebody laying next to me and then he wasn't laying there anymore.
Let's do the following. I think there's more to this than there is, but
Okay.
unfortunately, people fucked off, and this I'm gonna be very blunt.
Yeah.
The comms were fucking dog shit. Understandings of the priorities that needed to be prioritized, like 13 alphas and an active shooter, were ignored for instead single units going after an outnumbered number of people that were completely and utterly irrelevant, while one other scene is not even under control. And we need to be better, quite frankly. It's very clear to me that when officers were shot for no apparent reason, with no evidence that that other crew even made contact with them, and we've got 195 right now who just wants to go in for saying that he robbed something. Clearly some shit went down and we decided to flush it down the fucking toilet. But we'll be better. You know what I'm saying? Let's just
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not everyone that was involved is here right now, but let's just kind of keep that in mind. Let that sink in a little bit and ask ourselves, what can we do better next time? That's all I want to say.
Understood.
I'll go ahead and let's have what's your name again? My apologies.
Collins.
Let's have you and I go and do the processing for now.
Yeah,
Anyone
I
who
got you.
believes that there's relevant information, please do write up a report.
Yeah, the doctor wanted to call emergency contacts, but I know you wanted to hold off on speaking to Nancy.
Yeah, let's hold off for emergency contacts. I will escort Nancy and watch over her, make sure she doesn't do anything. But other than that, no one should be in contact with him.
I want her in a recording room. I want her locked into what the context of these conversations were.
Alrighty, Nancy. Sorry, I just had to get a coffee myself. It's been one of those nights, you know.
I get it.
Yup. Okay. So, you know, I have to start these things out all fancy and formal. I'm Officer Jones with the Los Santos Police Department, badge number 644. Today's date is 11/12/2021 at 9:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can you go ahead and state your name for the record?
My name is Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew. And Nancy Drew, I'm going to go ahead and redo your rights. At this point in time, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and or do can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you on behalf of the state. Do you understand these rights?
I do.
And do you still wish to continue to speak to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long have you been awake out and doing things here in Los Santos today?
Today, since the tsunami this morning.
Since the tsunami this morning? Okay. You tired right now?
I mean, I'm more emotionally overwhelmed, if I'm being honest. I just saw my partner with a bullet hole in his head. And I don't know what's going on.
Can be tough to experience, and you know, Dante's a good friend of mine too. Now I'm trying to keep it together here, so I need you to keep it together as well, okay?
Yeah.
We'll keep each other together, right?
Okay.
So, what's your relationship with Dante? Are you guys married, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance?
No. We're not married. We will often say that we are because it's easier than answering everybody's questions. But we are not married, but he is my partner.
Gotcha. How long have you two been together?
It was
Odessa's in the other interrogation room,
but I've already GSR tested her. I
You guys
have
do
her
anything good?
firearm that she had on her.
No, he forgot.
She comes back negative, and she said that
And
she
we
just
No, he didn't.
drove
Yeah,
past
he forgot.
and heard the gunshot,
I
and
told
then
him
tried
we
to go
were
check on the
visiting.
person. They came back, and she
Jesus.
swam into the water,
Yeah,
so they
and then he
wouldn't
You know,
went,
that's a
"No,
typical
try
Dante
and
thing to do, though.
Yeah.
find her. They went through her car because her trunk and doors were all open,
Actually, no, he's
and
really good about that kind of stuff. It's not a
she
typical thing
swam
to
back
do.
after
He's just, I
they
mean, he's not really good with
left.
dates. He's
Right.
really bad with dates. Ask him, and he'll tell you he's really bad with dates.
Blaine County
It's not gonna
Mountain
date. How'd the first one
Rescue,
go?
wild child.
No, I mean, remember the
Speeding
dates.
ticket
Oh,
is
you're
her
talking about calendar
only
dates.
offense.
Yeah, she's
You
also
gotta
my
be
CI
here,
for all the
Mr.
fug
Okay,
stuff.
this is all on recording, okay? You gotta be
Interesting.
Very bad at
What was her? I mean,
Remember
she was just
dates.
driving by. Where was she going?
Pretty good.
She
Pretty
was
good?
going
Okay, I figured, you know,
to
if you've been with him
Mount
6 months, that
Gordo,
would've been going
Gordo
pretty
to
good,
meet up
no.
with Mayflowers.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
interesting. And she
when's
just
the last time you
happened to be
hung out
going
with
up
Dante?
Great Ocean for that instead of going up Sonora. Which is
From this morning,
interesting.
how did he seem?
She could be going to the ski lift since the ski lift
Didn't
is
seem like
on
he was
the
stressed, anything
Great
like that?
Ocean
Anything that
side,
you
and
would
it's the
find
easiest way to get
abnormal?
up. She's in high heels. She ain't
No,
going
we
up
got
the
in, like,
mountain off-road.
That would have been for going up Chiliad, not
Almost like a
Gordo.
little spat this morning 'cause he
Oh,
kinda
sorry. She
compared me
was
to an
parked
old
on Mount
dog.
Gordo, and then she was going to meet
There was
May
context to
on
that, I
Mount
promise, but
Chiliad.
he was talking about how he
Overwatched them on Mount Gordo. I'm gonna put her
Gotcha.
statement
I used to
in
volunteer in
everything.
animal shelter too, and I would take all
Alright,
the
just
dogs
get all
out
of that on
walks,
recording.
they never get any attention. And then he said,
I have a
well,
feeling
you
if the people that
dogs
she
had
knew
that
was
in common
responsible
because
for
you're
this, it'd
both
be a
old.
little less shooty, a little more
How'd that make you
stabby.
feel?
I
Yeah,
also,
no, she's
I'm 30,
she's
he's
not involved
23.
in this.
I often
Yeah.
joke with him that
She literally
I am
pinged me the
way too
location and
old
said,
for him.
"I'm probably going to get killed. I saw
Oh,
someone
so
get
you like,
ocean dumped."
a little bit of an age gap. Right?
yeah.
What, 3 years,
Whereas
4
Miss
years?
Drew in there has several friends who we
Wait,
just
what did you
pulled
say?
a
How
bunch
old is
of
he?
class 2s and Browning high powers and 3 pounds of
Dante is
meth
not
out of their
23. He's got a stash
apartments.
like
So I'm a
me.
little
What are
more
you
interested
talking
in how she wound up
Have
there.
you seen his driver's license?
Especially since she doesn't exactly have the excuse of having overheard the gunshots.
Yeah, she said she was going to do treasure hunting. I searched her person,
Alright,
GSR
so
test her.
everybody says I
GSR
look like
negative, no
Dante, and
firearm,
now it's
only
Dante looks
has
like
a
me,
bunch
'cause I was
of
born 4 years before him.
stuff to do treasure hunting. She has
About
like
to turn
a
28.
metal detector and a little shovel.
So
But yeah, so that
you saw him this
happened.
morning. The argument
Yes,
happened.
this morning. It wasn't even an argument. It was he was joking around, and then I got a bit sad, and so I left. And then he called, and we made up, and I sent him a cute little text with a picture of a cat with a bunch of hearts around it.
Cute, cute.
Very cute.
Okay.
We send each other cat pictures quite a bit.
You guys, is Dante a furry?
She did already state to
No, he's
me
not. He
her
actually, that's how he introduced himself to me
alibi.
the first
She said that
time,
she
is,
was
That's
at the
dressed as a cat?
paintball arena,
No, he said Dante Wolf, not a
and she
furry.
was with Dirk
Not a furry. That
Wishler.
makes me think he is a furry.
The reason why she went down there is
too,
because she saw an
honestly, and he
increase
really likes
in
cat
bank
girls. Have you
activity
ever seen his
for the
tweets about
paintball
cat
arena
girls,
and was
John?
wondering
It
what was
happens.
going
You wear
on,
cat
and
ears.
she watched them play
I
paintball for a
bought
little
some,
bit
I
and
haven't
then
put 'em
left.
on yet. But I think
Okay,
subconsciously, maybe that's why my hair's in buns like this, is because I know
I'm
he
sorry,
likes the
repeat
cat
that. Why was she in the area?
Right.
And
So,
he'll often
what else
ask,
happened today?
does a cat girl make, or does like
So
cat
she
girls make
was
you a
at
furry?
the
If you know
paintball
him, you've heard
arena
this question from him.
to talk to Dirk
Yeah, he's definitely
Wishler
a furry,
about
this is
the
confirmed.
increase in
I
bank
think
activity
even the ears
because
that happened.
Sorry.
she was
It wasn't
wondering
even a
who was
spat, you're
playing
making it into,
paintball.
like, a bigger
She
thing.
watched
It
them
was
for a
like-
little bit
I
and
mean,
then left.
that's what you. I mean, you called it that, right?
I mean,
Okay,
sure,
well, the
but,
paintball
like,
arena's at
even-
Maze Bank on
it
the
was more
south
like my
side. What the fuck
feelings
was she
got
doing in
hurt,
Polito?
And then he apologized and everything was fine.
Or
She
near
wasn't all the
Polito?
way
So
in
you two
Plato.
made up.
She
What
wasn't
time
even
did
near
you two
Plato.
make up?
She intercepted us around the first bridge
Not
going
the
northbound Great Ocean Highway
Okay.
by Chumash.
And
He went
then what
on-
did you do after this?
Well, I think he went on shift, and what did I do? I went up to the markets a little bit. Went got some food. Hung out at Dean World for a little while.
And now Hardcastle isn't responding to radio.
Made some phone calls. People didn't call back.
Okay. Go.
Tried to.
Yeah. Go
tried to
deal
make
with.
most of my day.
Just get Odessa's statement on recording so that we have it on
And have you been
recording.
alone in the last hour, or
and
have you
we'll go
been
from
with
there.
him?
Okay, so she sends the cute cat picture at 20:45.
'Cause I said
They
on
keep
the wire, I
texting
said,
until
"Mark, it's so busy right now,"
21:17.
Because I have never seen every single stall taken.
And then nothing
So I kind of see you haven't tweeted
for
in
an
almost
hour.
4 hours.
No, I don't tweet very often.
But they
so
have
it's that.
5 phone calls.
So. Okay. And you're saying Randy Bullet would corroborate your location?
He didn't.
at
No,
Burnside?
he did not see me, Jones. I'm just saying, like, he was screaming. Randy Bullet has a very identifiable voice. I heard Randy Bullet. It was just an offside. I'm sorry. Like, you're asking me a lot of questions, and the person I care about most has a gunshot in his head, right?
Well,
So
see,
I'm,
that's-
I'm
that's what
sorry
we're-
if I'm getting details confused. Okay, I'm not trying to
Okay.
hide anything from you, but like,
Well, details are very important, Nancy.
I know. But
So just
by the way,
so-
if something fucking terrible happened to Dante, maybe talk to that cadet because he came over and very loudly said, "Incident report named Ocean Dump." Which he then said, "This has nothing to do with what you're talking about. This is a separate matter."
gotta take this. Hey, Chief.
What's up?
We'll be back with you, okay?
When you called Dante, no, what would that be? About 40 minutes ago? Did he pick up his phone?
No, Nancy told me that Dante was not answering his phone. He was she was on the phone with him. Then all of a sudden his phone went off. She thought he maybe got shot or a murder kitty got after him.
Why would she?
And I
think,
tried calling him.
Why would she think he got shot?
I don't know. Then she told me that they got into a fight or some shit like that. I'm not sure what's going on. And then I tried to call Dante. He didn't answer the phone, and a 1013 Alpha went off, and I wanted to respond to it. So, where is he? Do you have eyes on Dante?
Yeah, he's in the intensive care unit in Ward C.
What? I'm coming.
Yeah, you might want to go pay him a visit. He has several Browning high-power bullets
Thank
to
you.
the
Keep
head.
down there, right?
I've already subpoenaed his phone records.
I don't know. He's nice to you.
You're the last one who called him. He was shot by at least 3 separate shooters. And the only people he's been in contact with for the last 3 hours is you when you tried to call him, Nancy Drew, and Xavier Valentine. Those are the only 3 people who have called him, and Nancy Drew's got 6 phone calls
I did
with him.
not do it, Bundy.
Now I know you didn't do it. Your story actually lines up with Nancy's insofar as the phone call that cut short, but my theory right now, based on what I'm looking at, short of Dante meeting up with somebody in person without texting them over the last 6 hours, nobody knew where this guy was, other than Nancy.
I mean, this name, Alexander Valentine, keeps popping up and up and up. Does he know anything about it? Have you questioned him or no?
Xavier, no, we haven't pulled him in yet.
Nancy's got to be our key to that door. She knows more than she's telling us.
100%.
Like that.
Well, this isn't the first time that she set somebody up for murder either, to be completely honest with you. You remember the case that Gold worked a while back with a tow truck driver that got shot by Lang Buddha?
Yeah.
Yep. So I got a feeling she's putting on the fucking waterworks in here, and I'm about to go grill her about every minute of her stay.
I want to be there. Can I join you?
Yeah, we're in interrogation 2, I believe.
All right, you have her downstairs?
Yep, we got her downstairs
All right,
right now.
Susan.
I've had Jones being a good cop so far. So
somebody else.
I got a really hard hitting question on this one. Would your group of associates have any reason to go after Dante?
What?
Kirk Jerkums, Richard Chicklets, Thomas Duane, those individuals.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The guys who we just pulled 3 pounds of meth out of their apartments and all that fun. They wouldn't have any reason to target him whatsoever.
No. No.
I mean, you didn't happen to tell those guys that, Dante was treasure hunting, did you? Did you mention to anybody that Dante was treasure hunting?
Sam Bass is the only person who knows.
Okay, well,
Sam Bass is the only person I told, apart from Hayes, Jones, and you. That's it.
Well, Bass has got a pretty rock solid alibi. He was responding to a 13 Alpha on top of Mount Chiliad.
I'm not saying that it was Bass.
Well, and I'm not. And
I'm just trying to tell you the only person I've told was Bass. I don't even know where Dante was treasure hunting. I told you that Bass told me Mount Chiliad.
Who was he treasure hunting with?
He said he was by himself.
And you're sure about that?
Yes. I said, "Can I come?" And then he said it was something along the lines of, "I don't know, you could, like, I don't know if you want to, but it felt like he was leaning towards yes."
Because Bundy, let me talk to you first.
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh, wait.
What?
He said, remember how I told you on the first call, he had to hang up his phone abruptly, and then the second time it just cut out? Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
The first time he hung up and said, "I gotta go," and I was like, "Okay, fine." And then he called me back and he said, "Sorry, I saw someone fucking with my cop car." And then we continued the conversation.
Okay. All right, sit tight. We'll be back.
Interesting. Okay. I'll step in here. Okay, so here
I want to head back up there and look to see if, or actually might check the parking garage to see if Dante's car is in there, because there was no car on scene in these photos.
Hey, 451, do we still have Hayes and other responding officers on that initial scene on this radio?
Hey, Fred.
Was Dante's car ever located?
His car, you said?
Yeah, A-firm. He would have had either his baller or CVPI, something like that up there.
Probably the baller, because he was off duty.
Dante's vehicle was not on scene whatsoever. There was no baller or other vehicles leaving from that area, and he was not on duty.
Okay, I need a unit to go to the hospital and use his phone to see if you can track that vehicle. We need to know where that is.
Because if that vehicle wasn't there, sir, he wasn't
Did someone
alone.
already check to see if it's in the garage?
He usually keeps it. He doesn't usually keep it parked here, especially not the baller. Well, he keeps the baller parked here, but he doesn't keep all of his vehicles here. Whatever he was driving off duty, he hasn't been on duty today. You know. Just somebody go up there, stick his goddamn thumb on his phone, and figure out where his vehicles are at.
Yeah, we're on the way. I'm just asking.
Because that's what I'm thinking about is the car. So if the car is still in the garage, then fucking he was up there with somebody.
Yeah, so here
Her alibi has holes in it.
Yeah, well, not only that, but here's the thing. I'm looking at these call logs right now, and I'll send these over to you in a moment.
These Dante's or Nancy's?
Dante's. In the 2 hours leading up to his attack, the only people that called him were Xavier Valentine, Nancy Drew, and Sam Bass.
You're fucking kidding.
Those are the only and
Right, well, I'm going to be on the doctor's radio channel to ask if he's still in ICU.
And the only person that he's had correspondence with via text message at all today is Nancy Drew, and he never talked about a location that he was at. Meaning
So
that
I'm
if
gonna
somebody,
be honest with you here. Go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Well, my theory is, so Gold worked a case a while back. This tow truck driver tried to tow Lang Buddha's fucking DeLorean. I
remember this.
Yeah, we had phone calls from Nancy Drew to that tow truck driver indicating that she had basically set him up to be killed, essentially, to be executed.
Yeah. I remember this.
And yeah, it's very much.
I thought you were about to tell me that tow truck driver was Xavier Valentine for a second.
Wouldn't that be the biggest twist?
Yeah, I was waiting for it, sir. Honestly.
No.
So
the only two people who could possibly know where he was is the woman sitting in that goddamn room right now, or Xavier Valentine. Anybody else who located him stumbled upon him by happenstance and tried to murder him.
How long? What was the order of the sequence of the calls?
Starting at the very beginning, approximately 1 hour before his attack, Nancy Drew called him. Nancy Drew called him again. He called her back, so that would be the point where she said he had to go.
Yep.
Then she tried calling him at 056 UTC. Then she tried calling him again at 105 UTC. Then at 107 UTC was when everything kind of.
What about Xavier's call?
That's when Sam Bass called. Xavier's call was about roughly an hour and a half, 2 hours before the attack. It was about 2 hours before
So he's
we
our
were at
prime
Pillbox.
suspect right now in this.
Yeah, I would say Xavier. I mean, honestly, my key thought process is that for whatever goddamn reason, it's her people that are behind this.
Well, and this is what I was going to say to you is, I didn't listen. Okay, sir, I'm pretty good at reading people, and I didn't like her reaction, and she had a very lack of confidence in her no to when you asked the hard question about associates. It didn't seem like a confidence. It was like almost like a question. You know what I mean? Like when somebody's unsure of their answer. You want, you can listen back to it on how she responded. It was
No,
like-
yeah, you're 100% right. Every other reaction that she's given us up until this point has been bullshit and emotional and half crying.
Correct.
And then the moment that I asked, was it? Yeah, the moment I slid that hard hitting question in there, it was a knee jerk.
Demeanor
no.
changed.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who we just caught in a 37 Alpha?
Who?
Take a wild guess.
I'm gonna guess Xavier, Jerkums, or one of the other ones.
Yeah, the stable. Also, they're calling themselves the Bandito Boys.
What the fuck? What
Well,
was
the
inside the
vehicle-
1037 Alpha? What'd you find inside?
Okay.
The vehicle got away because
hold on.
people were dog shit at comms.
Pause. Hardcastle. We have reason to believe that they're involved once again in the distribution of methamphetamine. I want to raid on every single one of those assholes.
I mean, we already rated Abner and Kurt.
That-
the other
that-
one's Xavier.
that-
and
that's
We need to find their
that's-
warehouse. We need to find their warehouse.
Well-
we know where it is. We just have to see them go in and out of it.
Well, here's the thing, right? We have reason to believe that the woman that is sitting in that room is the only person who has fucking talked to Dante over the course of the last 3 hours before he was attacked. The only other phone call on that list, Bass, is you. Which means
You
that
think
if
the stable's behind this?
which means that if anybody knew where he was, it was them.
And you know Nancy wouldn't have the balls to do it herself, so she would get one of her.
No, absolutely not.
100%. 100%. Okay,
Now,
listen.
now, look, Bass. This is something I haven't told you yet because I was going to work on it a little bit more beforehand. That text message that I read off was 100% true. That is not a question that you ask unless you think that you're going to get the answer yes to it.
It's a possibility that Nancy was the bridge between those guys and Dante, and he was kind of feeding her information back and forth, and it got to the point they wanted too much, and he couldn't deliver, and then they got rid of him.
That is my thought process. That, or he found out too much about what they were doing, or they
Yeah.
they were pissed off about the fact that we just busted their boys up and we've got them on a trial right now.
100%. He's gonna pay the consequences.
There's about 3 different motives, but the simple fact is that that woman is the only person who could have known where he was.
I'm gonna tell you right now, she's not gonna talk here. But if I take her somewhere and have a one-on-one with her and have a heart-to-heart,
Okay, where are you gonna take her to? Grapeseed PD?
Maybe. I don't know.
Now look, if you need a bucket of water, you just ask me. Okay, this is Dante we're talking about.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about, boys.
The
I'm
4
too,
we
baby.
caught, there was more. There was 2 more in the Escalade.
Wait, say that again.
In the 37 Alpha, these 4 we caught were the intercepting car.
I need all of their guns that they had.
Okay.
Okay, well, just look at the report. They're all in there.
All in there? Amazing.
Hardcastle.
Well, I got shot, so.
Wait. So these were the 13As? It was the 37?
Oh, the 37 Alpha is 37A, yeah. It was great. 2 cops shot me. It was fantastic. They're fucking blind as shit.
Okay, I only see 3 guns on here. We only caught 3?
No, there's 4 of them. I don't know who else has the other gun.
So 2 got away in the car is my guess.
2 got away in the Escalade and no one's stuck on it.
What about the armored car? Did we get that or no?
That was it. That was the armored car.
Oh, how did nobody stick on it?
So the way it was the 13 Alphas on the mountain with you. I broke off.
Oh,
jumped
yes,
to channel
yes,
1,
yes,
right?
uh-huh.
Half the people that were still on this chase for this 37 Alpha stayed on channel 3 after I told them to go to 1.
Fuck.
Oh my god. Okay.
They
all
were
right,
moving. They were moving something big.
All right. Yeah.
I think if
wonder
they
what
have
the hell's
anything left,
inside.
it's all gone. Like they got rid of all of it.
All right. So here's my theory, Hardcastle. I think I'm updating my theory as this goes forward. Nancy Drew is the only person who contacted him via phone call whatsoever in the hours leading up to his attack. I'm waiting on the subpoena for her call and text log over the course of the 2 hours leading up to Dante's attack to see if that uncovers anything. I think it's better that we let the rest of these stable fucks get away with this for a little bit, so that it cools off. They think that they've gotten away with it.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me go through your phone.
That way they don't feel the pressing need to go out there and dump a gun, right? My theory is that they went out and they popped this 37. They transported this shit.
You looked at it.
With the intention of creating an alibi. I think we should let them think they did exactly that. Cut them loose out of processing. Don't bring this up at all.
Okay.
And just wait to see what her phone gives us.
You think they would risk so
Mainly just
much
texted
just to
Dante.
fucking put a bullet in someone's head?
Which, by the way, do you know how he is?
I think I think they
Doesn't
were.
matter who it is. Everyone, you can just
when I went
shoot
to
someone in the middle of
visit him at
nowhere,
ICU, I just,
and dump the evidence and be
doctor
done
said
with it.
basically,
I think they were going to do this anyway,
he's
and
in
it just
critical
worked
condition
out.
right
I
now.
mean,
I'd be able
you
to
know,
even make her now.
no, officer, I couldn't have been shooting that cop. I was busy robbing the vault. You know, what better fucking excuse, right, than a publicly demonstrable crime?
Okay, you ready for this?
Whoa.
Yo, what's up?
What'd you say?
May Flowers was there on the shooting.
Oh.
Thank you.
May Flowers was there on the shooting
What is that supposed to
at
mean?
Mount Chiliad.
What Mayflower? What is that?
Ray
supposed
Ray randomly opened fire on fucking on oh my god, on Bison and one other officer, unprovoked, up on Mount Chiliad. We don't know.
What do you mean by Mayflower? What is that supposed to mean?
May Flowers, the female that was up on Mount Chiliad, she's the one referenced in this Dante report. Odessa was going to meet Mayflower up on Chiliad. You caught me in the middle of like reading.
Wait,
this
hold on a
entire
second. You're saying that
yes,
they
I'm
were
saying they're
trying to kill
connected.
her, and
That
then we
these-
happened to be there, and Chang happened to be on
Yeah.
top.
Bro,
What?
I was losing my fucking shit on,
You're actually
on
kidding.
folks because yeah, bro. I okay. So check this.
Okay.
When I cleared the scene and everything.
Right.
All right. We need to go get someone to re-examine the scene. See if there's
Is it
any
too
other
late?
evidence for any of these weapons. I
Is it
don't
too
know.
late?
I don't know. But picture this.
Wait, okay,
There's
so
a
the
plane
girl with-
fucking randomly crashed out.
Right. The girl with the green hair. What's her name?
Mayflower. The female that was there on Mount Chiliad, that's Mayflower.
How do you spell it? Is it Mayflower one word or is it space?
Mayflowers.
I don't see her name.
On the
Oh, okay, got it. I got it now.
was driving on Great Ocean Highway to meet on Mayflowers on Mount Chiliad. That's the fiance or whatever the fuck.
The fiance. Who?
So why the fuck? So you understand how like weird and sus this is?
Oh, no, hold on.
Like,
I don't. Brian, Mayflower was up there to meet with her fiance. Who's her fiance?
Odessa. It's in the report.
Odessa's
oh, no,
a guy?
Mayflowers told me. No,
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
2021.
Where's Mayflower?
She got released. I wanted to like interview them and shit, but everyone fucked off and I lost my fucking mind.
The Palomino freeway situation on Channel 1.
On the way down, Lang.
That was an
when I
honest
asked him,
mistake.
I'm like, what the fuck were you guys doing? Anything?
Yeah.
We were robbing
So
somebody.
that's on Channel 7.
That motherfucker. Why the fuck would he say he was robbing? That's
Someone. So he did not rob something. He was robbing someone. So
why would you say
God.
you're robbing?
Oh my
Why
God.
the fuck would you say you're robbing anybody to begin with?
Let me kiss that forehead right now. Oh my God. I think we just connected all three situations into one thing. Holy shit. Oh my God. You're onto something. Why would he say that? Why would we be up there in the first place?
And I was losing my fucking mind that no one was listening.
The plane was
I
a
like,
getaway
why
plane.
why the fuck would he say that he's robbing something when we have zero evidence of anything revolving around a robbery? Like, why the fuck would you say that?
Where's Bundy? Where is Bundy right now? Where's Bundy? Let me call him.
And Mickey and bro, I wanted to bring them in on interview, but like
Hey,
like
Baas.
behind a recording, but it
Come
just
downstairs. I think we have a major breakthrough.
Yep, I appreciate you, Nancy.
Bye bye. We're by the garage downstairs. Oh my God. Oh my God. Brian, you're onto something. Oh my God. Because why would he have that spontaneous utterance of robbing somebody?
yeah.
Why not
when
just
there's
like
no
I'm not
evidence.
sure
Now,
why I
they
got here.
Mickey had like a laptop and shit on him, right? But like why That doesn't mean anything. He fucking knows that. How many times have you arrested?
And
Lane?
why would Ray pull his gun and shoot cops? Why not just get away, right?
Exactly. Out of nowhere, they just start blasting.
They must have thought the girl either called the cops down there, and then they're like,
we need to fucking find her.
Where is she?
She might be fucking dead. I don't know. Bro, I'm so pissed at myself because I was so like annoyed with everything, and my intuition was like, I need to fucking put them behind an interview thing.
Okay, I think we
need to fucking.
I think we bring him down here. We bring him down here for sure. God, I miss you so much, Brian. You're such a smart guy. My fucking God. Oh, boy. Hey, Bobby. Hey, welcome back.
Don't worry, I'm dating Pinzone.
She's not answering the phone. Oh no.
Hey, Night Sir.
Hey.
Did we just catch Abner and Kirk again with meth?
Yes. That is something we have to discuss. But right now, just taking all the evidence.
I've already
spoken with
everything, but I got to chat with the chief about what's going on now.
We have
so.
other shit that's a little bit higher priority. I
Okay,
think.
that's fine. I just got on duty and Z said I should talk to you.
All right, Bundy. I mean, not Bundy. Brian, start from the top.
Okay. So
sit down.
Well, I'll start with the shootout, right? So, we responded to a 1013 Alpha on top of Mount Chiliad. There was a chase with Chain Gang on a dubster, right? They rolled their dubster down the mountain. Bison and Rogers were trying to get the flank and go higher on top of Mount Chiliad. That's when a suspect who was wearing all black pulled out Draco and started shooting at the cops.
Wait. Just for context, that Alpha and where we found these Chain Gang guys were not even. They were like not even halfway up the mountain.
Correct. So I responded to 1013 Alpha with Brian. We gunned down. Three of the suspects were involved on top of Mount Chiliad. One being a Ray Ramanoff, two being Mickey S, and then the third one is Lang Buddha. And on top of it, there's a fourth person by the name of May Flowers. Now,
which is the person that Odessa was en route to meet.
Correct.
Mount Chiliad.
And who was a witness to what happened to Dante? Who was the person on scene of the ocean pump?
That
Odessa.
was again Odessa.
So I think we might have stumbled on something between a meeting between the two parties, and on top of it, Chain Gang being in the middle of nowhere.
So there's some other vital details here. So consider this, Bundy. When we responded, Chain Gang wasn't even anywhere near the mountain, right? On top of the mountain. Sorry, right? It was seemingly a separate incident. We have no evidence that they ever made it all the way to the top of the mountain. The only one that was down was the little guy. What the fuck's his name? Francis, right? And Bison and one other officer drove up to the top of the mountain to see what the fuck else was up there. And when they arrived, Ray just randomly opened fire.
I believe that is
at them.
bike trials.
Oh, 10-4.
No provocation, nothing. This is according to Bison.
So what are the odds that? Okay, for one, we need to get those officer statements written down fucking yesterday on that. Before they start losing details. What are the odds that Dante is out on Mount Chiliad treasure hunting and wanders on the same goddamn thing?
I mean, it's possible.
Why the fuck is the plane up there in the first place, though, right?
But and I asked those questions, right? I said, why is there a plane? And Ray said,
the plane doesn't make any sense.
Friends. Sorry, Mickey wanted to pick up his friends. Ray was getting picked up, according to Mickey. But Mickey said he was going to pick him up. He would pick up Lang and Ray. But then Ray said he blew up the plane with his gun. Their stories don't line up. Lang Buddha, upon getting placed into custody, I asked him, like, what the fuck were you guys doing here? He said, oh, we were just robbing something.
Okay, so and on top of it, Dante was on the phone with Nancy before he went off abruptly, right? So something happened to Dante, and he said he was metal detecting, right? Alone, right?
If he's out metal detecting by himself on the side of Chiliad and he bumps into the wrong group of people who doesn't want to know he's there, or
why bring him all the way to
know.
Zancudo though, and shoot him again?
Wait, Zancudo? I didn't get done reading this report. Where does Zancudo come into play?
You can see
that's where he was
Zancudo's,
ocean dump, basically. It was
you can
it was
see
the
the
beaches
runway.
northwest of Zancudo.
By a fucking runway.
Well,
Yeah.
here's why you do that, because you've got a plane handy. You don't want to fire shots near your super secret meeting place, so you scoop up the problem, you throw it in a plane, you get rid of the problem, and you return. And on your return, you fuck your plane up.
Hey, Big T.
So you think the plane was involved in the ocean dumping aspect of Dante, and then they tried to land
It's
it
a
on top of
theory.
Mount Chiliad?
I am so pissed we didn't fucking interview those guys.
They-
I
they-
knew some shit was fucking shady as fuck.
They dumped him right next to a goddamn, literally 200 feet from a runway. They had to hop a fence.
Nancy's been around more.
When they probably had a car at Zancudo if they just fucking drove or flew a plane out of there, right? How else would they have gotten
Let me
there?
see this report one more time.
27302.
Okay.
Did we have shots fired in that area at all?
Yes, I believe so, right?
I think we need to break off like at least one or two officers and re-scour the top of Mount Chiliad to see. if
We need
there's
to
any
go back to the
stray
crime scene,
evidence.
guys. That's something we need to do more when it comes to investigation. Let's go back to the crime scene and reenact what happened, and maybe we can a light bulb might come up right above our head as far as what happened. I
We're
think we need
looking
that.
for a mesa, by the way. I've been, for some reason, my my calls for dispatch go from 1 to 279 to 280.
Okay, hold on a second. Odessa called in and says, I think someone just got ocean dumped on my location. How do you know someone's getting ocean dumped, right?
Well, that's the thing, and she said she was going to that she was on Josiah when she saw this, but supposedly she was heading to meet somebody on the top of Mount Chiliad. Where the fuck is Josiah?
Josiah, isn't that?
That's the hunting ground. Yeah, Josiah's the hunting ground. That would actually make sense.
Just watch some
Okay,
guys.
that would make sense.
So it's multiple people. Just watch
In
some
a black
guys
mesa, or a
execute
mesa.
somebody on the beach near the military base.
All right, I'm gonna go try to get that.
Some guys, not one person, not guys, meaning it could be multiple people.
Yeah, we're looking at
One with the
3 or
GSW
more.
to the back of the head, as well as another.
But only one shot. I have projectiles and casings from one high browning.
Yeah, I mean, according to the doctor, it was single fire to the skull, right? So it was definitely an execution style.
So it was
Well,
a gun that
well,
was
look,
fired.
Yeah, if we're refocusing on this group of individuals as our prime suspects, which I think makes a lot of sense now. That gun has been gone for the last 2 hours.
Oh,
Buddha
absolutely.
didn't have any weapons on him.
We're not gonna. Was
Not
he GSR
one?
positive?
Delta 25 is going to be 10-7 for about 3
Did you guys document that or no? Was he
Give me a
GSR
second.
tested?
Bro, Bass, that's a whole nother thing that at some point I was going to talk to you, but it seemed too crazy to talk about today. But now
I'm gonna punch the air. I'm gonna fucking punch a hole in the wall.
I want to know how bad it was, Bass, and I'll tell you
It's
right now. Trust me.
basic police work when you have a shootout. How do you not GSR a suspect?
No. He's GSR positive.
Okay,
But
why is
no
it not a
weapon
report
was
though?
found on him. No weapon was found on.
It's not in the
on-
report,
on
Brian. I
him.
don't see it.
Nope, because it's not in there yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
so here's what probably happens then. Dante's out metal detecting by himself. He's in the area of Mount Chiliad. He sees a
Why is
ruckus
it not in the
up
report,
top,
though?
Figures, there's more people metal detecting up here. There's something going on. I will go check it out. He stumbles on the wrong shit, especially after the conversation we had earlier, which I'm not going to, repeat in front of as many ears as we have now.
Right.
He stumbles on the wrong shit. Somebody shoves an AK-47 into his face. They bind him up. They take him down to the beach, and they put a bullet in his skull. He's far enough away from their sacred meeting spot that it's not going to cause any, any hubbub for them. There's no shots fired call. There's none of that stuff. And then they go back to their meeting. And when they go back to their meeting, their plane blows up, and a bunch of other shit happens.
No,
and
the
that
plane was
brings our-
perfectly fine when it landed on Mount Chiliad because I've seen it. I shot it to shit and caused it to get more on fire. So the plane was in pristine condition. It seemed like the plane was landed on top of Mount Chiliad, and then somebody came out of it. Because I saw somebody go in and out of it. The door was open.
Hey, Hal, Officer Jones, LSPD. Have you been in ARX today at all?
And I guarantee, and based off the fact that when have you ever known Lang Buddha to not carry a goddamn fire?
Wait, hold on a second. I just remember something. Don't you have, when you fly at an airbase, in relation to ATC and regulations, you have to fill out paperwork now, right? Or is that an optional thing?
I think it might-
right?
I think it might be an optional thing, but if you don't do it, ATC will like ping out your location or something. I'm not.
Is there a way we
completely
can
up to speed with
view
the
those
goddamn
logs or
ATC
no?
Location. I have no way. Dispatch would have to be who we ask for that.
Oh, yo. There's got to be where we can view the logs, because if that plane takes off shortly after Dante is killed, or sorry, is it attempted murder, or
when do we have timeline? It must have been close because
so
of
yeah,
Mayflower.
when the shots fired came off and the officer responded to that one call, we were at the captain's office talking about the investigation. We're talking about Prime. Then
Weren't we in Alta Street?
Then no, hold on. That's when we responded to 1013 Alpha off the Alta Street, right? And then the call for Dante came in, and then it was followed by the Dubsta incident at the same time afterwards, where they asked for explorers on the radio for Channel 3. That's when you and I, Bison, and Time and Michael got in explorers and went to back him up, right? And during the time they picked up Dante's body, that's when the 1013 Alpha happened.
Understood.
So
no, you're good.
It happened
I
within an
appreciate it,
hour,
bud.
I would say. Of just everything
All right, we'll
kind
talk
of
soon. Bye-bye.
falling together. So I just our biggest problem is like we don't have information on the flight path
It's gonna be an A+.
and where it was taken from, or maybe like rental paperwork. Give me one second, sorry.
We could subpoena bank records and see if.
Hey, what's up?
Oh no, I just got 2 people looking into the crypto thing. They might buy it soon. And I got this other dude who's like who's like into it was about these investments and stuff, but never heard of the Knights. The Stratum Knights investments before. So that's why he found it fishy. But before he said that there was some people selling crypto for 700, and he mentioned, oh, at the same price as a Coke bag, and they said, oh, because it is Coke. So crypto could be Coke as well. So what do you call it? Can you check if these people are employed?
Let me check. Yeah, go ahead.
Lizzie Byrne, person we arrested earlier.
Lizzie Byrne? How do you spell her name?
Byrne. She.
Y.
Byrne.
Oh, Byne.
Byrne.
She's employed there. She's a broker. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is someone who's been selling crypto, I think.
I see.
Xavier, Xavear.
Hold on.
It's gonna be on Boulevard.
Xavier who,
Del
Valentine?
Perro, between Movie Star Way
Valentine.
and North Rockford Drive, almost near Morningwood Boulevard.
And where it was taken from, or maybe like rental paperwork. Give me one second, sorry.
We could subpoena bank records and see if that'd be the only way to see if they pull that aircraft out.
Did anybody have
Well,
rental?
no. I mean, they
rental
already
papers?
claimed. They already claimed under Miranda that it was their their airplane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Oh my fucking god! I'm actually pissed that I didn't take him in an interrogation. I fucking knew the entire fucking drive, and the moment Lang said what he said, I was like, "What the fuck is he saying right now? Why would you say this?" And then it was only afterwards where, Bison said that when I asked him, because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, why the fuck did they open fire to begin with? Like, what occurred here? And no one can answer. And then Bison told me that they just drove up there and they just started getting blasted. That was the big piece. Like, why the fuck are you opening fire? There must have been a reason. Their story's not lining up. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding these irrelevant details if you're just going to simply say that you were robbing?
If the thing that we were talking about earlier is true, in relation to the whole, the other conversation we had in the captain's office, based on the names that have been given off so far, it sounds like it very well could have been in relation to that. You have an off-duty police officer wander up. That's an easy problem to deal with. You have 2 on-duty police officers wander up. You got to make a different decision at that point.
Here's the other piece. If Lang came GSR positive, right?
Where'd his gun go?
And he is robbing a bank, where the fuck is his guns?
Let's go up there. I want to go up there.
I honestly, I doubt we're gonna have. I think we should do it. I mean, who fucking knows?
I want to search where Dante was shot because that's where the number one suspected spot would be. They swim in the water and it's in the water, and nobody went in the water. Dante's car could be there for all we know too, because Dante's car was not found anywhere.
We attempted to locate Dante's vehicle. I don't know, something about rising tides and sand. Apparently his vehicle won't be retrievable until tomorrow.
I'm gonna take a second just to read the rest of this report. I was literally dumbfounded. I was just kind of curious, like, you know, what the fuck happened to Dante? And then as I'm reading through this, fucking Mayflower pops up. Like this is it's literally, this is insane. This could be one big coincidence, obviously.
It really could be,
but it's just so.
It's a good theory at this point.
The big pieces, the random cop shooting, the Lang not being GSR positive, not having a weapon, abruptly claiming that they robbed something when he knows damn well that we don't got shit about anything revolving around a robbery. There is nothing even talked about a robbery. We didn't talk to them about a robbery. They didn't tell us about, you know what I mean? Okay, well, does Mayflowers work anymore?
I looked into her. Her employment doesn't pop for anything in particular. White Widow, Mojito Inn. She's a temp hire. Tow truck driver, coffee place.
And what about Odessa? Do we have any reason to believe she may have been not so innocent?
Nothing that pops her with other people. I mean, she shares a lot of Odessa Glafix. I don't know how to pronounce that. She shares a lot of employment with that Mayflower person. Job Hunters, they both work at. Wild Child, they both work at.
She's Mayflower's is the owner of Wild Child.
Yeah.
I almost feel like maybe getting them in here and doing some hard interrogation may be part of the play.
Hayes interrogated Odessa.
I'm sorry?
Hayes interrogated Odessa.
Oh, Hayes. Oh, gotcha. She was picked up as a part of the scene?
Yeah, I asked if she could be brought down and interrogated because she was the person who last saw Dante, or saw what happened to Dante.
Oh, that's where these statements came from.
Yeah,
correct.
That's where these were generated from. So so Odessa's on her way. I've got a feeling that Odessa is on her way up Chiliad with very little clue as to what she's getting herself involved in. Looks behind her and sees all of this stuff transpiring. Hell, maybe she sees the car barreling down Chiliad and watches it for a little while.
True, that's a really good point, actually.
What if we showed her pictures of the vehicles from the scene?
Well, she never. Did she mention a vehicle being on scene?
Yeah, she mentioned a Mesa, which a Dubsta at a distance could look like a Mesa.
Son of a, and that would be Corleone's Mesa. Is that who that returned to? No, that returned.
No, Vinny Pistone.
Pistone.
Huh?
Yeah, that plate check comes to Vinny Pistone.
We had that Dubsta, we were chasing it earlier today, and then we lost them, and then we got them again on the freeway, and they were driving up LS Freeway, nowhere near Great Ocean.
Wait, so was Chain Gang? What is Chain Gang's involvement?
So, yeah, this is why I'm confused. This,
why
this was
are
all news to me.
Yeah, like
we were chasing the Dubsta, which was the Little Man. I think Mr. K.
Correct.
I think
What led
that was
us
a different
there?
Situation.
How did that's what it seemed like. It was that we had this Chain Gang situation happening, and then subsequently something. I don't remember what it was because
I've been on that part.
They just went up the mountain.
Please do.
That was myself and Bison going up the other side trying to head off the pursuit that was on Chiliad, and we ran into those individuals.
And let Bundy know what happened.
Basically, myself and Bison went up the other side. We drove past Ray, and basically we saw Mickey land or try to land the plane on that path going up. The plane didn't make it, and so it did another circle around. At which point, then myself and Bison were going to drive past Mr. Buddha and Mr. Ray, or Buddha and Ray, that were running up the hill. And as we drove past Sorry, let me lower my voice. As we drove past Ray, he pulled out an AK and just shot us down.
Okay, that makes it so we're chasing members of CG in relation to a robbery up one side. So this isn't even a meeting. We're chasing members of CG up one side of the mountain, and then we run into Lang and friends robbery crew on the other end of the mountain who shoot at us.
Yep.
How did the Dubster get disabled?
What?
The Dubster was part of the chase, which
Yeah, I
started all the
understand.
way here at Sinner Street. They went
so
up Mount Chiliad, they
confused.
fell off the side of Chiliad. At that point, their car disabled and they got on foot.
And what happened to them? Did we arrest them?
I guess not.
No,
yeah,
no, no, no.
Because the 13s came out and we focused
Exactly.
on the 13s.
Remember Aziz? We were
Yeah, Pond
it
was
just- it
chasing,
just
yeah.
Pond, and at that stage it was like we need to hard focus on the alphas up top instead of breaking off one officer after 6 other individuals get blasted, and now we got 213 alpha situations completely and potentially unrelated. I mean, to me, it sounds quite clear that what happened was that you and Bison ran into something that you shouldn't have seen.
Yep.
Okay, is there any casings from the scene up in Chiliad that we don't have a gun for? 'Cause
That
I see no
or-
casings in this evidence except for there's 4
So,
casings,
I
but
can
we don't have 4
basically-
guns.
Has anybody looked at the side of the mountain where Buddha was at? Maybe he dropped them before he got shot down.
That's, I think, bro. You heard some of the. You heard how pissed I was, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I
felt bad
motherfuckers
because, I mean,
couldn't
I
even
got-
put the 95s into one vehicle like I asked.
Yeah, trust me. I was trying to give you as much information as I could physically do from the ground without, I mean, with being semi-conscious. But you know, it's kind of rough when
no,
everybody's
totally
running around
get
like
it.
a chicken with your head cut off, and nobody's listening to anybody, and everybody's trying to be the leader, and nobody wants to be a follower when it
Well,
should be.
I mean, bear in
one
mind, I
chief.
eventually took control of that ground scene, and the simple request of making sure the 95s go into one vehicle turned into, some other dumb shit, which I'm not even going to get into. Like, bro, there's a massive shooting with cops. Clearly something went down here. It is not the fucking time to fuck around with 95s.
No.
I mean, the other possibility is simply that that basically we were pursuing one half of a robbery team and the other half was waiting at the top, and when cops crested the other side of the hill, they gunned you guys down.
I honestly think I honestly can I give my 2 cents? I honestly think it was 2 completely separate situations.
Okay,
Because-
what specifically leads you to believe that?
I believe that too.
What is it? What was it that you believe?
Because originally I don't know how. Basically, there was 6 individuals in the Dubsta, and then there was 3 individuals on the
The
other
rule
side
of
the mountain.
6.
Yeah, the Dubster situation.
Well, you
started
see,
all
sir,
the way
there
down
were
here
6
at
people in the
Intermission,
Dubster,
where
so
we chased them all the way around the city.
I ran past and saw them when I was coming to clock on duty.
There was no like that. The only time Randy. Oh my God, why did Randy come all the way to the top of the mountain?
He parachuted. That's why.
No. Remember we went up. We went about halfway
Yeah.
through the mountain, and we're going up
The
and down.
Sand King.
At no point is there any evidence that the Chang Gang had interfered with whatever the fuck was going into what you ran into. Right. That's the thing I kept drilling. I'm like, how do we know this? Let's not run on assumptions, etc., etc. The only point at which we have any hard evidence that Chang Gang was involved is when Randy drove up and we shot his tires, and then he fucked off.
well, let's be completely honest. If we took members of a plan that CG had wrapped together for a robbery into custody, they would have circled back around 3 times and murdered more police officers. So if that didn't happen, then the odds are that it was in fact an unrelated situation.
See,
I wonder if
I
Randy
don't
was
think it
coming
was
up
a
to
robbery.
see. Well, I wonder if Randy was
Wait,
coming
Rob.
up to
Wait. Go ahead, Aziz. What
Yeah,
robbery
there's no
for
robbery,
what?
Bundy. You're saying that it was something to do with a robbery. It was a simple traffic stop.
Okay.
Turned 80, turned into them fleeing. So I don't think it was like them
Oh,
meeting up
so
to get rid of.
right, so
loot or
that,
anything.
so they wouldn't have had a plan to like have a plane in place or
No,
anything.
no,
Okay,
no.
all right.
No, so basically what happened with the plane, to give you a little bit more information on that, is Mickey was trying to land on the western path missed and failed, and then did a fly around. By that time, myself and Bison had gotten to the top, where we were getting shot at and shot down.
Did
The
they
plane
say
then landed
anything? Was
on-
it just one person? Could you try to describe that scene in as
Okay.
vividly as possible?
Yes. So myself and Bison, we were driving crested the hill. We see a a red and white jet trying to land facing down the
Groovy
hill.
Juso too,
with
coming
two
in
individuals
with a
on
brand
foot
new
running
tier
up to
one.
it,
Kate
on the
with the
phone,
raid.
and then
I
one running
appreciate
with
you,
nothing in his
Kate.
hands. The plane misses and goes flying
I
down the mountain
appreciate
and
you,
takes
Kate.
back off. And
Thank you
does
for the
another
role
fly
play.
around. By that time, myself and Bison had approached the two individuals. We tried to get clarification from the ground officers if it was involved with the other situation. We then drive up to the individuals, pass Mr. Buddha, or at the time we didn't know who it was, but the individual in the devil mask, pass him who's on the phone. We drive up past the individual in black, and we're almost past him. And then he starts shooting at myself and Bison, at which point we push up and drive up over the hill, where then we park the cruiser. Bison steps out, goes after them with the scar. I then step out, call it over radio, and step back to take cover behind the cruiser. I
And
push
say
up
thank you for the
slightly,
500
am able to put
biddies.
shots on Mr.
You're
Buddha.
amazing.
Because at this time, I believe all individuals coming from that area are a threat to me. At which point I put fire at him, and then take
Kate,
back.
have a fantastic
At that
evening.
time, Ray comes up with the AK, shoots me down, I go down, and then it turns into a shit show.
Okay, so I mean I guess there's a new possibility on the table then that so we had an unrelated pursuit with that Dubsta, which goes from the the western side up to the eastern side of the mountain. You guys encounter a group who has just attempted to murder a police officer, and assuming that we are hot on their tail, shoots you down.
That's exactly what I'm saying too.
Which
I
would-
think
would-
that is it right there.
Which would perfectly explain why Lang Buddha is positive for GSR but has no gun.
Yep.
In the event that he, there's no point. There's no point in heading up Chiliad. That evidence probably washed away an hour ago.
Lang's alibi makes no sense.
Yeah.
So
So
what you're saying is-
so if they had just finished shooting Dante, Lang pulls the trigger, shoots Dante, dumps his gun. They rendezvous back at the top of the mountain for whatever it was they were doing, and then by sheer fucking coincidence, we happen to be chasing CG up the other side of it.
Yes.
Bump into them. They think we're hot on their ass because of shots fired on the beach or whatever the case may be. They land assuming that we're pursuing them and try to gun you down.
Yep.
I mean,
Chang Gang had nothing to do with this. As far
No.
there's no evidence pointing that Chang Gang had anything to do with this. The closest thing would be Randy, but Randy is
I have a
Randy,
feeling
and
that-
he walks into watching situations. So
Well, so to me, it kind of made sense as to why Randy would come over there, is because maybe he was trying to see if we had any of his party in custody.
his
So
boys.
maybe he was
Yep.
trying to see and to scope out to see if we had any
Yep.
of his boys in custody. With the shots fired on the top of
Mhm.
Chiliad, because Chang Gang's known to shoot. Maybe he was trying to see if any of his buddies had been scooped up. And then
True.
somehow through the whole sheer of it, there's another plane that gets involved and blows up on the side of the mountain. No idea where that came from.
Oh, that was the local one. I had asked multiple times on radio.
I don't think that was a local plane. A local luxury
So-
jet doesn't just fly into the side of a mountain, but either way.
I mean
the side of the mountain one. How long after units arrived at the top of the mountain did that plane crash?
Melee 2
It
was
was
a tier
after, because I
1
mean I
for
just was
3
looking
months.
out,
Kicking
from
off
where
the
I was
hype
at, I could see
train.
out over the ridge, and I believe it was before Tinker got to the top, and I think it was when.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I think it was when Baas got to the top, so it wasn't.
He said it was landed.
Yeah.
I said it was landed when he got up there.
Right,
when I
but-
was going up the
no,
side
no,
of the
no, no,
mountain,
no,
I
no,
saw
so
the jet flying.
That's the thing, is there's two different jets now. There was the
Officer
small
Jones,
white one, small white and black, or sorry, white and red one that was at the very top that was originally trying to land, pick up the other two. The other jet, I believe, was possibly involved with the Chang Gang, but I have no idea because it just flew over, saw it, and then heard an explosion. So no idea what that was involved with, but
I'll get the hold extended.
We need to get
Photographs. Let me
how
take a
do
look at
I
these pictures.
how do I maybe I have to add everyone on reports that if you're involved in the Chiliad situation, we need we need statements from everybody.
I mean, I'll put in my statement because
I mean, here's the problem. If that gun is gone, there is a 0% chance of us taking a charge on this whatsoever. With this many moving pieces,
Yeah.
we can point out the contradictions all day. I mean, hell, I think we're pretty damn close to a correct answer on this.
Yeah.
Nobody that has been named so far. The only weak link is this this Mary person,
May Flowers.
May.
I wanna interview her.
I want to interview
because
her, and I
the
want to get
wo-
Odessa down here to
Yes.
identify that vehicle. That's our biggest lead. If we
Agreed.
have a witness that can say that that was the vehicle that they saw down there. Now we have basis to be like, we have witnesses that literally saw you. Well, actually, no, that vehicle was Chain Gang's vehicle.
Yeah, that vehicle was the CG vehicle
yeah,
that
so
was
it's completely different.
So was there any other vehicles on top of Chiliad that weren't?
No,
documented?
Yes, May Flowers' vehicle.
And what vehicle was that?
It was a
Rebel.
truck. Rebel, yep.
Oh,
But
Rebel. Like the,
let me-
the old Sandy Shores kind?
There's something
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we're leaving on the table here.
Okay.
Let's say our theory is true, and man, does it seem like it's got to be true. How the fuck did Dante? This is a fucking cop that was ocean dumped.
Yeah,
And then conveniently, there's like, these other circumstances on the mountain happen. No, this is way beyond just like some magical coincidence. Now, my
Agreed.
question
was linked.
is, if we wait, what?
Yeah, we do because he didn't have a gun.
Wait, what? Both of what?
The
Full
two
sentences.
situations. The two situations. You think they
What
were
two
both linked?
situations?
The Chain Gang and the Dubster going up to Chiliad.
No, hell no, no. Chain Gang, has
Chain Gang was
nothing to do with it.
unrelated. That's a coincidence. What's not a coincidence, what Brian's talking about,
Is Dante and
the shooting
Lay
on
down, Watson.
I 100% agree.
Okay, so if we strongly suspect this, right? Why
I want to leave Mission Row so bad,
was
dog.
Dante shot?
Oh.
He saw something. Question
What
is, what
did
did
he
he
see?
see? That I don't know.
Why?
What the fuck would
is
somebody be doing
May
on Chiliad?
up there? There's a lot of unanswered questions that while it does, we may not be able to figure out why that we may not be able to charge anybody with Dante shooting. What's left on the table is what is going to cause you to go and fucking shoot Dante and ocean dump his ass.
He saw
over
something.
over a meeting. Yeah, he saw something. 100%.
And what does May know? Why was she there? Is
so
that
at least-
coincidence? Is it not?
I don't think it was coincident because from what she said to me in the brief second before I got shot down was that she was up there to see her fiance, and then statements
her
were made that
fiance?
I don't know, but apparently they came up in a Sentinel, in that gray Sentinel that they called out with
That's
Andrews.
that's Odessa.
Okay, so I believe that they were meeting up there. I don't know what was going on, but they were meeting up there on the top of Chiliad.
And she,
Which does corroborate.
Yeah, that actually fits Odessa's story almost to a T.
But what if Odessa and May were there to meet Lang?
That's exactly what I'm wondering.
Or CG. I mean, who the fuck knows at this point with the number of people that are climbing this goddamn mountain?
Well, I think the CG's. I think really in reality they knew they had a Dubsta and they're like, let's lose the cops on Chiliad.
That's exactly it. I don't think CG has anything to do with this.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either.
This isn't
Yeah,
a 10
for once.
CG.
Well, okay, but here's the reason I don't want to let that go completely because you've got to remember Nancy's call log. One of the last people she called was Mr. K.
Oh fuck.
She had a conversation. She called Dick Chicklets. She called Mr. K, and then she had a bunch of back and forth with Dante.
And gave the number. Yeah.
So as much as I would love to as much as I think it makes sense to discount CG largely from this, Mr. K did have direct contact with the only person who talked to Dante for the 3 hours before he was attacked.
What the? When was the K conversation?
Approximately an hour before Dante was attacked, give or take.
And why did we start chasing Chain Gang again?
It was they were involved in a chase prior and the vehicle was flagged. So we pursued them again. We were in a chase with them, I think, an hour to 2 hours before this situation popped off.
What was the reason for the chase?
The initial one, I was responding to it. I'm not fully sure. I think
I
shots
believe it's
fired.
because he had a warrant, Rami or whatever.
Yeah,
had a warrant.
shots fired, which led to us speaking to them, which led to us figuring out who it was, and they were asking if they have warrants. I think on checked. I can't remember who it was. They checked and they had a warrant and they took off. And then a chase pursued. We lost them. Found them again an hour later, and then
Was Mr. K in this vehicle on when you pulled them over on the 38?
Mr. K was. Oh.
he was there. He was there for sure. He was
Interesting.
on the side of Chiliad.
We need reports and reports, to be honest.
Yeah, we need a lot of
See where the
statements.
connections are. I at least for myself, my big thing here is the questions that are left unanswered that I think we can get answered, because who fucking knows what's under that, under that stone, which is why.
The problem is the real question is who picked up Dante and how did they know where he was, right? Like that you got to start the story at the beginning. That the beginning of this particular story is that Dante gets swooped up by unknown, 3 or more unknown individuals, whether that be because he's accidentally in the wrong place or intentionally.
He was up on Chiliad, correct?
We have no
We don't
idea.
know that.
We have no idea where he was.
Oh, okay.
We know where he ended up, but without Dante awake and able to tell us where he went, we can't really piece that together. So, I think we could spend time looking into May and Odessa's story. I don't think we would make it very far. I don't think that Odessa would have bothered dialing 911 non-anonymously if it weren't, she's completely unconnected to this otherwise. She could have just driven away, right? She had no phone calls with Dante. She had no texts with him. She has no prior relationship. May or Odessa, neither of them. And Odessa's
we don't
the one.
know. Do we know May? Because May was just released. We originally thought she had nothing to do with anything, quite frankly.
Well, Odessa's the one who dialed 911 from the hillside, who said, "I just watched somebody get ocean dumped." So
my question would be like, okay, so these people that were so willing to open fire on cops, why were they just chilling with May?
wait, so these individual so the members
Lang, Roy, and Mickey, their plane was crashed at the very top of Mount Chiliad, by that little viewing ledge.
and May was just hanging out with them up there.
Yep, her vehicle's right there. I don't know if she was hanging out, but it was. Wait, did you guys? Did any of us shoot May?
Her DNA was on scene.
So I think what
Somebody
happened
did.
is she got shot. I don't know if she was shot by Ray or if she was shot by an officer, but I think she was shot by Ray when he was shooting at me because from where I went down, she was basically directly behind me. So it wouldn't surprise me if he shot her and me thinking, oh, it's another target as it's another officer.
Right.
Because she was basically
Wait.
where I dropped, she was
911.
directly
Latest
behind me.
911. Some people were just taken hostage at gunpoint from a fishing spot, and Jeb was put into the back of a gray Jeep. A gray Mesa was called. Need units at that 911.
I mean, that was a decent. That was.
No, this was 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it's related, but
I don't think that's related to our incident.
I don't know if it's helpful or not, but Changgang did just rob the burger shop about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't think that we're gonna make. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Brian. As much as I would love to postulate on this, I mean, we could bring.
We're not gonna get any headway right now.
No, we need to wait
till Dante wakes up.
We need to wait for Dante to wake up, see what he can give us, and then we need to subpoena further phone records. A big key for this is gonna be if Dante remembers where he was when he got snatched up. If Dante can remember where he was when he got snatched up, and or if once he wakes up, he can track his vehicle to the location it was abandoned in, that's going to give us a big tip off on this.
Let me postulate something. Should I go in that reports channel and make sure that everybody that was involved writes a report how they looked at the 95s? I still remember how these guys were dressed.
Yeah, I know exactly how they were
Mickey,
dressed.
Construction worker. We had
Mickey had a welding mask and a construction worker.
Yep.
Lang Buddha was in black with a red devil mask, and then Ray
Yep.
was in all black with a black motorcycle helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually just gonna ask if anybody took a picture of them before their mask and everything was taken off.
I got Mickey and it was I think Cooper who was taking care of the other ones.
Okay.
So we'll need to collate all that.
Yeah, Brian, make sure that all the officers who were involved in that situation write a physical report on what transpired.
Can I at everyone?
Yeah, 100%.
On that channel?
Yeah,
If you-
100%.
I will go ahead and write up my statement outside of the city, and then I will just plop it in whenever it's convenient because I don't want to accidentally write over somebody else's.
What I'll do is I'll have everyone's send me a email.
Okay.
All right, let's get back out there. Let's give ourselves a little time to digest all the